Georgia Philly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, I'm hearing from a great source that USC this Saturday will be sending tackle help for the tackles on the USC football team. You guys know that this has been somewhat of a weakness for this USC football team, and they want to keep these guys in there. It looks like the lineup as far as the tackles is going to stay the same for what I'm hearing. So it looks like that they're going to send some help on the end. And look, these guys, Elijah Page, these guys have a promising future. And so I guess the thought process is going to be that, keep these guys in there, let them get that experience. And at the same time, we're going to send them some help on the edge. So I'm thinking that you're going to see some action like with the tight ends at the end to help these guys on the end. And coincidentally, you got guys like Lake McCree that's getting ready to come back rather. I saw him yesterday in practice. Looked like he was moving and grooving pretty good, taking some nice reps on the field running. And so look, whether they have Lake McCree and I'm not sure if you have two tight ends set in there, if this is the way they're going to run it, so be it. But you guys know, at the end of the day, USC has to defend the edge because you got guys at Penn State. I showed you these guys. They're extremely fast, extremely physical. These guys are going to be coming off the edge. Particularly this guy right here, number 11. He is an absolute monster, very, very fast. This is the strength of the Penn State team. They're rush in. You got these guys that move and groove to another level, and USC absolutely has to have that added protection at the edge. And so now it looks like, from what I'm hearing, the sources telling me that USC will get some help to protect for these guys. It was initially thought that, look, Jonah Monheim could possibly move back to the tackle spot, being that, look, he was a phenomenal tackle last year. That was his strength. But look, as I stated before, I mentioned Keelan O'Connor possibly going to the center spot. However, you got to have a center in there. Look, Penn State, they're number 4 in the country in defense. You're talking about one of the best rush defenses, one of the best pass rush defenses in the country. And so you don't want to experiment with, a center. Excuse me for that plane. It's loud out here. But you don't want to have a center to try to hike the ball and be able to, be lost in the sauce when you have a situation going on with this pass rush. So you want to have a guy that has experience. You want to have a guy that's familiar with Miller. You want to have Miller familiar with him. You want to have the snap count be right. And so, look, man, the center is the leader of that offensive line. And so Jonah Monheim, he's not going to move back to tackle from what I'm hearing. And it looks like he's going to be at that center spot. So we still need Miller to be able to move and groove up the middle, on the side. I showed you guys this information yesterday when I showed you Lincoln Riley's offense. And look, whether it's having a 2-set, with tight ends on each side, or whether it's having 2 running backs in the backfield, we still need Miller to take those lanes, man. Look, I told you guys that there's a small window, and I brought you guys some information earlier showing you Lincoln Riley's old offense and how that offense looked. You had guys that were, you had Baker Mayfield actually, that was actually, when the pocket would collapse, he stepped up in the pocket and he took the open lanes, ran up the middle, and he ended up scoring. You don't have to be the fastest, but look, that is something that we absolutely need to do. There's some off-schedule things that's going to have to happen. We can't sit back there in the pocket and think that we could just, move and groove that way. I think USC can absolutely win this game, but there's some things that we're going to have to do on our behalf in order to win it. I think USC can win this game. I think USC, if we come out the same way we did against LSU and execute, I think USC can be okay. I don't think there are a lot of teams that are better than us, but of course the offensive line issue is an issue. But here's the thing, while I'm hearing this extra protection is coming, my thing is, why haven't we figured it out yet? Why are we just now figuring this out during the Penn State game? Like, we saw the situation during the Michigan game, we saw it during the Wisconsin game, and we saw it during the Minnesota game. Why are we just now trying to figure this out? I mean, to me, it is mind-boggling to figure this out, with the situation where we just now, we now have 2 losses, and it makes no sense. This should have been a personnel change a long time ago when we first saw that the protection was having issues. I mean, I just don't get it. You guys can hit me in the comment section. I think USC will win this game coming up. I'm lost in the sauce. I'm not in my office at the house, and so I'm just kind of moving and grooving this way, but wanted to put this information out. I am hearing there is a personnel change. USC will probably most likely have 2 tight ends on both sides, or you may see the 2 running back sets that we talked about earlier this week, man. So you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Fight on, fight on, fight on.